All right, let's hit this theme and get this fucking rolling.
Rolling.
As Mr. Durst would say, keep on rolling, baby. Welcome to Retro Rehab, the greatest collaboration of all time. I'm Gerry from Super Ghost.
I'm Aaron from... Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Whoops. I'm Aaron from Superpod, I think.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. We'll iron out the kinks as we go. I mean, this is the first one. We did record this.
No kink shaming. Leave them.
At the time of this recording, this is September 22nd, 2001. So it's been we have time to iron this out. So if you haven't already, check out the teaser. It kind of sets up what this show is. But if you didn't already, why don't we give you a taste? So today on Retro Rehab, which by the way is a podcast that goes over everything modern retro, old retro, just retro in general, with some lighthearted takes. We're gonna go over curated lists and hidden gems, all kinds of cool stuff. But before we get into our topic, there's a little bit of news from the future. I hear in 2024, it sounds like Billy Mitchell is still a goddamn douchebag.
I mean, he has to be with that fucking stupid haircut.
Dude,
rocking that piece of shit.
You know who he looks like? He looks like the little guy from Game of Thrones, but like
Peter Dinklage.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna put up the side by side real fast. Peter Dinklage.
Like, if
fuck, he does. He's like,
I told you.
he's like Peter Dinklage, but in 16:9 aspect. Jesus Christ, I see it.
Anyways, he was if you didn't know, he was banned from Twin Galaxies, which I guess they have, like, I think they're the ones that have like all the records and stuff for like the high scores for like old games and like all the world records and shit. He was banned from there because there was evidence brought to light a few years back that he was using MAME for that Donkey Kong score that he got. But as of recently, his scores have been reinstated. But who cares?
Fucking honestly, dude. According to Wikipedia, though, his family owns a bunch of restaurants and he sells Ricky's world famous hot sauce. So that's cool. I mean, I don't care about his high scores, but hot sauce is fucking cool.
I bet his hot sauce sucks. I bet it sucks.
I bet it fucking does too.
It's an emulated hot sauce because that's what he knows best. Just using emulators.
Hey, I just scrolled over something about Ottumwa, Iowa. Hey, that's close to me, baby.
No way. You should go there. You could be the reporter in the field.
I'm live, but
I only want to see footage though if it's like I want you to take a fan and hold it so your hair's blowing in the wind, like it's like a hurricane, and you're there live on location reporting. But I want it to look really dramatic.
It's an hour and 13 minutes away from me.
It's probably 3 days away from me.
Fuck.
We can meet up.
we can. I'll be there with Billy Mitchell or whatever his name is. Be like, Billy, I have it on record that you got perfect high scores and then cheated, but I mean, whatever, I don't fucking care, and I just drop the mic and walk away and get some ice cream or something.
Some ice cream. Oh shit. And that's the kind of news that you could look forward to here on Retro Rehab. That's the kind of shit. That's what we're all about. Making fun of people like Billy Mitchell. If some cool new stuff comes out, like say if they make a new Analog Pocket edition and they sell it for way too much money, those are pretty cool. I mean, I do want an Analog Pocket. I do.
I want that fucking glow-in-the-dark one. That glow-in-the-dark one haunts my dreams, and I
seen
so
somebody had one of those listed on Marketplace. I was looking at them today, and they were selling them for way too much money.
Damn,
and it wasn't even taken out of the package or anything, because they know like it's a limited edition. Yeah,
I know. Scalpers.
I know, fucking scalpers.
Scalp me for an analog pocket. Sorry, continue.
Fool me once. All right. Well, Aaron, what is the topic today on episode 1 of Retro Rehab?
On episode 1, we're going to talk about our 3 favorite consoles ever. Period. At least 3. It was really fucking tough. My first 2 were like easy as pie. In fact, they're 2 that we have in common. But my third one, I couldn't decide.
I was like that too. Yeah. The first one for me came to me like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. It has to be this. And then the second one was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this. The third one though, I was like, oh, there's so many consoles. I know. I love all kinds of different games, but like 3? I'm trying to pick and I'm thinking like, fucking Aaron made us pick 3. Jesus Christ.
I know.
But 3's a good.
Yeah, if we did 5, we'd be here all fucking night.
Oh yeah, it would. Yeah, well, let's say that for another time.
Yeah,
the other 3.
The other 3.
Let's kick this off. So, I guess we could probably list. We'll go back and forth. I guess it's probably the best way to do it. Like console for console, and kind of talk about, because like we have some overlap for our consoles.
A lot of overlap.
And even with the games, which is great.
Yeah.
And see, this is why we're meant to be.
I know.
We're meant to be, buddy.
That's why. Thank you, Christian Mingle. Thank you.
Yeah, it wasn't Odin. It wasn't the retro game gods. It was Christian Mingle.
Do you think they have like a pagan Christian Mingle, like pagan Mingle, like pagan? I don't know. That'd be cool.
I bet there is
dating website.
I bet there is.
That'd be fucking.
And if there
sweet.
isn't, maybe we should.
That's our $1 million idea. Yep.
Fuck podcasts. Let's start this fucking.
Dear Shark
pagan
Tank.
Mingle. Shark Tank.
Dear Mark Cuban.
In Canada, Dragon's Den.
Is that?
That's right. Yeah, that's a thing. We don't do Shark
cool.
Tank. We got Dragon's Den.
That's still pretty fucking cool. Is it like the same people? No, it couldn't be the same people.
Yeah, there's some overlap there, I think. I think there might be like 1 or 2 people that overlap. But
that's pretty fucking sweet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. At least they kept a cool name.
We'll pitch it to both. You can come to Canada. We'll pitch it to Dragon's Den. I'll come down to the States. We'll pitch it to Shark Tank. And then we'll get turned down and be very sad. And then we'll just come crawling back to podcasts.
We'll come cruising back in our beat down Dodge Neon with one mismatched door. We'll be like, well, we got rejected.
The mirror's duct taped.
Mark Cuban says he hates my haircut, but we're podcasting again.
Fuck you guys, we're podcasters, okay?
Holy shit.
We're going to be famous one day. All right. Well, let me kick it off, shall we? My first pick, which was instant, was the Super Nintendo. Like, was a no-brainer. It was my first actual console. I mean, my first video game thing that I ever owned was a Game Boy, like the actual like old
brick.
The brick Game Boy. That was the first one. But the first console I ever got was Super Nintendo. And it was funny because I used to go to my friend's house across the street and he had a Nintendo, like a regular Nintendo. And I'll Also, side note, I don't know about you, but I always refer to it as regular Nintendo.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the regular ass Nintendo.
It's not super, it's regular.
It's no name brand.
Basic bitch Nintendo.
Yeah, so I remember going over to his house, and he had the NES, and I remember like telling my parents like, I really want a Nintendo for my birthday this year, and they were like, yeah, we'll see. And for sure, like they definitely went to like a department store, and they were like, hey, we want to get our son a Nintendo, and they were like, oh, well, this is what you want, and gave them a Super Nintendo. Because I wasn't familiar with this, I thought I was not getting the thing I wanted. So I see Super Nintendo and I'm like, this is not the thing I ordered. This is not what I want. I do not want this. And I remember like popping in Mario and seeing Super Mario World and just going, never mind, we're good. This is good. This is better. This is way better than Andrew's. Andrew can fuck off. He's never touching this.
He's never coming over.
Yeah. So the thing though that really always stands out to me about the Super Nintendo is the music, because like they had that they had that Sony chip, and it was like way crazier sounding than anything else in the 16-bit era. Like it was damn near CD quality, like this close to being CD quality.
There's a lot of fucking soundtracks on the SNES that really fucking stand out, like compared to like say the Genesis, where like some really early Genesis games had incredibly 8-bit sounding soundtracks. The fucking SNES, like right from the get-go, like as soon as you boot up fucking Super Mario World, it's bopping. It fucking hits hard.
I know.
Yeah, fuck.
And I mean, Final Fantasy 3 or 6,
yep,
you know, whatever you want to call it, had that opera scene, which that was crazy. Like it was like the first time you could almost like visualize what like they were like, the words were coming up, and it was like that simulated voice, like the vocoder thing.
Yeah, dude.
They were using that was insane. That was crazy. And then like Chrono Trigger is like as close to CD quality on a 16-bit console as you're gonna get. Like that game had absolutely incredible music. And I mean, even like Donkey Kong Country, like what's his face? Is it David Weiss? The guy?
Yeah, David Weiss. Yeah,
yeah. He composed. He was the composer of Donkey Kong Country, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like I read one time that he was doing like he was using tricks to like get that soundtrack to sound the way it was. It was almost like he was sampling in multiple instruments into one, because like there was limitations to what the Super Nintendo could do, but like he was totally just thinking outside the box and just pouring all kinds of cool shit into Donkey Kong Country. And then like another one that stands out to me for the music is Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World.
Oh god damn, yeah,
so good. And I mean, even the graphics in that too, like that was kind of a late game to the Super Nintendo, but like the graphics were incredible. But besides the music thing, one thing that we said that we wanted to talk about were like the must play games, and we do have some overlap because we are of one brain, the hive mind.
And it's a banging fucking system. There's a lot of games that, I mean, classics are classics for a reason. So yeah, there's a lot of banging ass games on this thing, man.
Yeah, like we both have Earthbound on our list for a reason.
Yeah,
like
it's my number 2 favorite game of all time.
Is it?
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2. Yeah, that's such a crazy, like there's nothing really like Earthbound. Like even down to its visual style, down to like just the sense of humor that it has. I mean, there's been stuff that's come out that's similar, but like
or like
a lot
inspired.
Of stuff that, yeah, like a lot of stuff is very much inspired by Earthbound, but like I can't think of a lot of stuff that is just even of that time that was a lot like that. I think the only thing that even comes close to somewhat replicating that like quirky feel is that I think it was maybe a Saturn game or a PS1 game called Moon.
Oh, the anti-RPG?
Yeah, it was like Moon Remix something or other.
Something like that. That sounds
it's like
right.
it's getting re-released on Switch, I think, later this year. Unless it may have.
I'm pretty sure it already is.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that I can think of that's even remotely similar in concept. But we both have Mega Man X, which is just like, I'm pretty sure I like metal because of Mega Man X. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Mega Man X's soundtrack, dude, Storm Eagle? You fire that Storm Eagle up? I'm starting a mosh pit with Storm Eagle. Or like Jesus Christ, Spark Mandrill is the song of that game. And for any of you out there that are listening that are musicians, I dare you to try to learn how to play that on guitar.
Is it that difficult?
It's really fucking hard. Like, you are at the very bottom of the neck of the guitar for when it gets like into the crazy shit. Like, it's fucking crazy. We also both had Secret of Mana, which, buddy, like, my heart when I seen that you also picked Secret of Mana, because I remember growing up with Secret of Mana and nobody knew about it. Like, nobody knew about Secret of Mana. It's crazy.
What's weird is, like, a lot of the games I marked down on this list, or I guess a lot of my now favorite retro games, a lot of them I didn't even grow up with. They're games that games I discovered later on in life, and I was just like, wow, this actually really stands the fucking test of time. And like, I've played a lot of these games over and over and over and over, and they always hold up every single time. Secret of Mana, or Mana, is one of them. Like, I didn't play this game until maybe whenever the fuck I graduated high school and lived on my own and discovered emulation, and then just played the shit out of it. Maybe like every couple of years I'll play it and just fucking love it all over again.
That's another one that has a banging soundtrack. Dude, the boss theme is insane.
Fucking Mystic Invasion.
You got those like those bells, like those haunting bells when you go to like that when they capture the chick with the pink. She's called something different in like North America and in Japan. I think she's called like, I think it's like starts with a P, like Pori or something.
That sounds right. Yeah. No, I don't remember. I don't remember any fucking. I always name everybody dumb, stupid names every single time. Prim. There you go.
So yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, they changed their names. So in I'm pretty sure in Japan and Europe they use the right names, which is Randy for the main guy, and then there was Prim.
Randy, like he's some fucking trailer park trash.
Randy, yeah. What's going on, Randy?
Ransom Randy, dude. That's what they call him. Taking your bitch hostage.
And then the little sprite was Popoy.
Oh yeah.
But you know what was funny? I inherited Secret of Mana. And that's another thing. I call it mana, you call it mana, but I'm Canadian and you're not.
I kind of call a little bit of both. I still don't know how the fuck that word is pronounced, because like everybody says it different. I'm just gonna keep going with mana. I've always said mana. Everybody else can fuck right the hell off.
It's funny because I inherited that game. My mom used to babysit these two boys that were like roughly my age, and that's how I discovered it. He the guy brought that over with Castlevania 4, which like scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Oh yeah.
And then like we're playing Secret of Mana, and I guess they were playing with their parents. So the main character's name was just Mom. And I was like, what a stupid name for a character, because he was like already named that. But that's just what he was just automatically named, which is kind of funny. And then I also have of course Super Mario World and Super Mario All-Stars and Yoshi's Island. Like those are like the trifecta. Like if you have a Super Nintendo, if you get your hands on a Super Nintendo, or however you want to play Super Nintendo, like you gotta play the Mario games. I mean, I know that not everybody's into platformers, but like they're among the best. especially those All Stars, like the remakes of the originals.
Oh my
So
god, yeah, that remake of Mario 3 on the All-Stars, it adds so many poppin' ass colors, and oh my god, it makes an already fucking perfect game even more perfecter. I'm gonna say perfecter.
Speaking of perfect games, I cannot find anything wrong with Super Mario RPG. There's nothing. That game is flawless. There's
I don't
nothing
think I
wrong with
can
that
either.
game. That game is a perfect game. It's like, and it's like perfect too. Like if you're not even into RPGs, it's like I would almost recommend this as the definitive RPG to get into RPGs, and especially now with the remake out, which by the way is really good. Yep, it's fantastic. And then of course, I spent a lot of time again with my co-host Greg on Super Ghost. We used to rent Kirby Superstar all the time when we were little kids, and we used to play the shit out of that. And we used to always play the samurai mini game. Do you remember that? Where like you just see like the two Kirby characters, and then like it's almost like a thing pops up, and whoever hits like the button first like hits the other one. And it like Kirby Superstar was cool because it had like all these little mini games and stuff. It was like fully co-op. Yeah, just an all-around banger of a game.
I need to play that one again. Fuck, I miss Kirby so much.
Oh, dude, Kirby is so good. Like, I don't think no, actually that's a lie. I have played Kirby games that I don't really like Epic Yarn. Like, what is Epic Yarn even? That's not a good game.
It's not bad.
It's a bad game.
It's not terrible.
You can't die.
That's true. It looks cool.
Weird?
Yeah, I mean, it is weird, but it looks cool.
Oh, I wish someone would do like a ROM hack and put it on like hard mode.
They kind of did with the 3DS remake. They added this like new mode where this like fucking bat demon dude is chasing you the whole time, and if he reaches you, I think then you die or you start the level all over or something like that. I forget what the fuck it was. Yeah.
Oh man, I only played like fairly recently that Kirby Planet Robobot on 3DS.
Ooh,
that game kicks ass, dude.
It's my favorite Kirby game so far, dude. That one fucking
seriously
rules.
Yeah, it is good. It is like, dude, sometimes I just like forget that I have that 3DS. Like I just want to like crack that thing open like the King James Bible and just like breathe off the dust,
part the Red Sea, just like
yeah, I want to get back into playing some 3DS stuff, which there's never been a better time, especially now with this podcast.
Exactly.
And of course, A Link to the Past. It's like you can't play Super Nintendo without A Link to the Past. You can't. It's like one of the greatest games of all time.
It really is. That's, I think, the first Zelda I ever beat. And actually, I think I beat the GBA version. But I mean, they're like the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I think so, with the exception that every time you roll, Link goes hop, hop, hop. pretty sure he has this little haps.
Yeah, great fucking game.
Haps. Yeah,
Link to the Past is awesome.
Yep. Go ahead with your number one pick. The first thing that came to your brain when you had to start picking your top consoles, your top 3 consoles of all time, period, ever.
The very first console I could think of ever, period, forever, for my favorite consoles, forever, period, ever. The PS1, the very first one that popped up. Whenever I get a new device that can emulate, the first fucking console that comes to mind that I want to emulate is the PS1, because fucking, why wouldn't you? There's so much great shit on there, and I gotta clear my fucking throat. Holy cow.
Got the yolk throw.
Damn, that's all this fucking energy tea. It tastes like garbage. It tastes like fucking sewer runoff. And yeah, the PS1, it's home to my favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy IX. The greatest game that God ever bestowed upon us. Thank you, God. Everything about the game is perfect. The great fucking soundtrack. Best cast of characters in any Final Fantasy game. Pretty fucking great story. It's just all around great. Final Fantasy IX, it's awesome. Even like the original PS1 version still holds up incredible. I guess like any PS1 game still holds up incredibly well.
They do, yeah.
But another one, Chrono Cross. People love to shit on Chrono Cross because it's not Chrono Trigger 2. It's not what they wanted. And like,
I'm glad it wasn't.
I know people keep trying to say like, oh, if it didn't have Chrono in the name, it'd be a good game. But like, it's still a good game. Like, it's got so many ties to Chrono Trigger in the fucking story.
I love how much can change depending on like,
fuck yeah,
and like you can't like, unless you have a guide, you can't just get all those characters. Like, there's a lot of characters that you can get.
Yeah,
like,
you have to have,
some of them are really obscure.
Oh my god. Yeah, you have to have, I think, like 3 playthroughs to get everybody. And yeah, there's a lot of fucking obscure ones like Turnip. Fuck that. The clown Skelly. Fuck that too. But yeah, Chrono Cross, I mean, it's the fucking soundtrack it's a hit. It's so fucking good.
That intro song like almost brings tears to my eyes when I hear like the violin kick in.
Oh, dude, and it's just flipping through the pages in that book, and then the press start screen where it's just like plowing through the sea, and you see like fishes flying by, you see like, little bits of coral and rocks and shit. It's so fucking pretty.
It's so colorful, yeah.
And just the whole world to the game is colorful. All the characters are great. Like each character I guess each of the characters that can join your party, they all have their own distinct like speech patterns and accents and shit like that. Like, yeah,
that's another thing too that's really unique about that game. Like, you got what's the chick's name?
You're talking about Kid,
the blonde head. Yeah, Kid. She talks like with a like, you can clearly like tell from playing the game and reading the dialogue and the way that the dialogue is written that she has like that really thick like Cockney's accent.
Yeah, dude.
Like, she's like, oi. She says oi a lot.
And then there's even, I think the mermaid's name is Irenas, and she's like a heavy like Scandinavian accent. You see like all the different umlauts on different characters, and you can kind of like,
right.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that's such a good game.
And the combat is so fucking fun too. The customizing the element grids for each character and trying to figure out which ones are good and which ones suck. One that we both
has
had
a
on.
really cool twist too. Like, the twist in that game is wild. Like when it does like the cold open. Also, that cold open has different characters every time. Did you know that?
Yeah.
The intro like level, the Tower of Time or whatever it is that you're at. Like, that has it just picks like 2 random characters or 1 extra character that's like random.
Yeah, that shit's
because I remember being pissed because like I had Lynx. The first time I played it, I had Lynx in my party, and I was like, "This dude's cool as fuck, man! Look at this guy, he's fucking cool." And then I couldn't find him. Like I remember like my whole playthrough, like, because I think he's one of the ones that are like slightly obscure. Like, you can get him, but like because I think you get him eventually anyways, but he doesn't stay in the party.
Yeah, you get him. It's like it's part of the story. Do I get to spoil something? Can I spoil it?
Yeah, spoiler tag. We'll throw a little spoiler tag here.
No, if you don't want to get, I'll just say it's story related.
Yeah,
it's story related. Yeah. He is fucking awesome. Like he's at one special move where he shoots out all those cats, those like shadow cats.
Shadow cats go.
Fuck, great fucking. I love Chrono Cross, dude. And then another one that we both seem to fucking love is Parasite Eve. The first Parasite Eve, to be specific.
Jesus Christ.
What a game.
Like that first one. So I used to own 2. And I only ever knew it as a Resident Evil clone with like RPG elements.
With those weird like mutant camels that scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Yeah.
Did not like those.
Terrible.
But dude, tell me about Parasite Eve 1.
Oh my god, so all the things that you know and love about Resident Evil, but it's in New York City on Christmas time, and it's got a fucking whopping soundtrack, like a fucking super good soundtrack, especially that like that battle theme, down, 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 down. Oh my god! And then the combat is so fucking cool. It reminds me a lot of like Vagrant Story, kind of, except for like
it totally does.
Target specific stuff. You just pow them to death, and fuck yeah, you're just roaming through New York City trying to track down Eve or whatever her name is, and upgrading your weapons and your armor and finding new weapons and just killing mutant animals and shit. Mitochondria, what's the word for like the fire shit? Spontaneous combustion. There we go.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, instead of like just like fire spells, it's like spontaneous combustion, and then there's like metabolism, I think, is like another term that's used for something. I think that's like the healing spells.
I think
Maybe?
so. What's up?
Something like that.
God, dude. I think it was like mitochondria or whatever. Was that? I don't know. I haven't played that
Something
game
like
for
that.
a while.
There's lots of fancy science terms, and I'm not that smart. So
yeah. And then the next one, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Holy shit! Another great soundtrack. The whole game is just too good. It's too good. Just roaming through the castle, turning into like mist clouds or bats or dogs sometimes, and finding all those secret little goodies and like familiars, like the sword guy who's kind of hard to get. Just fucking great game.
I've only ever played that game once, ever,
really?
in like 2005. Like, yeah, it's been a long time since I played that. I kind of want to go back because this is gonna hurt your soul when I tell you this.
I'm ready.
I played through once and was like, I'm done.
Oh man,
I didn't do the whole
upside down castle.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that. Which now I know is like, it's basically like saying, yeah, I got ending A and near. Like, nope, you got the whole alphabet left. But yeah, I gotta go back to that game because it's too damn good for me to not have fully completed properly.
Yeah, and there's so fucking much to that game too. Like there's all sorts of little secrets you can find. Little voice lines that the characters make are so fucking cheesy and goofy. Like the fucking merchant guy, hey, thank you. Still the greatest fucking shit ever. Oh man. And then my last one is Digimon World. I remember this one. I think I for sure grew up with Final Fantasy IX, and I for sure grew up with Digimon World. I remember playing this game at I think it was my dad's girlfriend at the time's house. We played the fuck out of Digimon World. I played it recently, and it still holds up. It's kind of obtuse in a way, but like once you really learn how the game works and how to like really
was
train
it like
your
a
Digimon.
Pokemon type? Oh, how did that work? Was it a card based?
I think there is a Digimon card game on the PS1, but there's like 3 Digimon World games. They're all kind of different though. So like the first one, you only ever have your one Digimon, and you just you train it, and you basically recruit all these other Digimon to come back to your city, and they offer different services, and eventually you beat the last boss and win the game. I forget.
I'm just picturing Digimon giving like all different services, like this one's now the milkman, and this one gives a good rub and tug.
The good rub and tug. What else was Digimon World 2 is like it's more like a dungeon crawler, like an Etrian Odyssey almost. You have like a party of 3 Digimon. Then Digimon World 3, that one's more like Pokemon. You can capture different Digimon, pretty much, yeah. And Digimon World 1, it's still a solid game, and it's fun, great soundtrack. Gabumon.
I remember back in the day, like Digimon was like totally overshadowed by Pokemon, but I used to always think that the monsters in Digimon look so fucking badass when they
Yeah,
would hit
dude.
like their third evolution or whatever the
Fuck
terminology
yeah.
was. Like
Ultimate.
the main like
Yeah.
T-Rex dude, he turned into such a crazy looking dude.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
Pokemon
so
is just like fucking Pokemon doesn't have shit. Like you go from Pikachu to Raichu and it's like the same thing. It's just a fucking rat. Just a dirty, disgusting rat. And then Bulbasaur goes from being like toad plant to bigger toad plant to even bigger toad plant. But then you get Digimon, where you get fucking Agumon, goes into like big grizzly dinosaur, then to like half machine, half dinosaur, and then to like full fucking Gundam dino shit, and then Digimon.
What was the
fucking rules, dude.
wasn't there like a mole looking like bunny guy that had like big like gauntlets or something?
Like minigun arms?
Yeah, dude. He had fun.
Dude.
Like,
what's his
okay,
name?
wait. So is Digimon actually the first PAL world?
I think so. I remember
There was
seeing
guns.
a couple of memes. Yeah, because there's one Digimon who is literally made out of guns. It's like Gundramon or some shit like that.
Gundramon.
Let me look it up. Gun Digimon.
Machine Gun Kellymon.
It's literally just Gundramon.
No way.
Save this fucking image and I'll send it to you in the chat, dude. It's pretty fucking great. It's just a dragon made out of guns, dude. So anyway, I started blasting. Look at Riverside chat.
Oh my god. That's insane. He has revolvers for hands.
Here's another one. This one's just a fucking tank, bro.
Was this designed by Hideo Kojima? Oh my god. These are crazy. These are just weapons.
I know, dude. Isn't it
this
great?
This is nuts.
Digimon rules,
oh my
dude.
God.
And
holy shit. What the hell is this thing?
There's so many that are just machines, like just fucking machines with like big fucking laser cannons on there. But this last one I sent you, Machine Dramon, he's got like a metal skull on his kneecap, and that's pretty fucking metal.
Yeah. Dude,
and there's Beelzemon. He's fucking Beelzebub, basically. He's got two dual shotguns. Yeah.
Shotguns!
Dude, he's got dual fucking shouties.
I didn't know that Digimon went this hard.
It did. It's fucking Digimon fucking rules, bro.
Holy shit, dude. This looks like Tetsuya Nomura made this. Look at this thing. This is crazy.
It's the coolest, dude. Digimon fucking slaps so hard.
I can now see why you put this on your list.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Yep, it's all the
never
guns.
Make fun of you for Digimon. It's all the guns, yeah. The next one on my pick is something that's near and dear to my heart, which is the Nintendo 64. Because like, if you grew up with a Nintendo 64, you for sure have nostalgia for it. If you didn't, you pick up that controller and go, fuck this thing to hell. I don't want nothing to do with this.
How do I shove this up my ass?
One for this part and one for this part. Like the N64 controller just looks like a fucking angry dragon dildo. Like
it really does, dude. Three
like
prongs, one for everybody.
4-player.
Fucking pop in the vibration pack or whatever.
The rumble pack, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, like obviously the controller is the thing. Like anybody now going back to N64 is just gonna look at that thing and be like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Like what is this? What is this thing? I don't know what it is. But I like it. And it's hard to emulate. Like if you try to emulate N64 stuff without that controller, you end up having to use like an analog stick to use the C buttons, which doesn't feel right because like a lot of games, they just act as face buttons. So essentially it's a 6 face button controller. It was just, I don't know, it was strange and unique in its own way. Plus that analog was something to be desired. Like it left a lot to be desired, but like, I don't know, there's something about it. Like as a matter of fact, recently, you know that Retro Fighters game, the Dreamcast controller that I showed you that I got?
Yeah.
They also made an N64 controller, which is cool. There's some slight flaws to it though, like for the fact that they put L and R on like analog, like pressure sensitive triggers, which the N64 didn't even have those. So like, why would you even? But either way, there's something about the analog on the N64, like the actual N64. Like when my buddy and I were playing Mario 64, it didn't feel right. Like there's something about like the proper dead zone of the N64 like OG controller that is not really replicated in other stuff. And like I highly recommend the Nintendo Switch Online N64 controller if you can get your hands on one, because they are really well made, really cool. That's what I use for all my.
The only thing I can recall about, I mean, I do have a few OG Nintendo 64 controllers down in my basement, but one of my, whenever I think of like the N64 controller's analog stick, I always think of like a little floppy little fucking stick that kind of like falls to one side, and it like just never, there's no dead zone to it.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like,
everybody had that one asshole friend that would come over and play Mario Party, and when you had to do the tug of war, they just fucking riffing on the fucking thing with their palm, and then they got like the blister on the inside of their hand.
Yeah, and they try to go fucking, they try to go sue Nintendo about it. Oh, your controllers hurt my hands, Mr. Tendo. Fucking don't do that, stupid. Use your fucking thumb.
Speaking about the games though, for the Nintendo 64, there are some absolute bangers on this system. And one of my all-time favorite games, and I will bring this up endlessly, no matter what the situation. Like, I could be at my first communion. I'm talking about Mystical Ninja. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna accept the body of Christ, and then I'm immediately gonna tell the priest how cool Goemon is.
Just mowing down on that cracker and wine, and you're like, hey chief, you ever hear of Mystical Ninja starring Goemon?
Hey chief.
He's just like, no, doing like the Holy Trinity or whatever. He's just like, tell me about it, boss.
Yeah. So let me tell you about it. I mean, you're familiar with Goemon.
Oh hell yeah,
dude! Mystical Ninja on N64 is as good as any of the games on the N64, in my opinion. It is such a weird and fun game. It's got like one of the coolest soundtracks ever that to this day I'll be walking around my house humming it. Like I'm always humming Mystical Ninja. And it's got like really fun, fluid, like action adventure, like kind of like Zelda, but just like without a lock-on system. It's kind of like a 3D,
hell yeah,
just like hack and slash kind of thing, but with ridiculous themes. Then it had the sequel, which was a 2D game, Goemon's Great Adventure, which was 4-player co-op, and that game is fantastic. Of course, there's Ocarina of Time and Mario 64. Like we don't like those are like givens. If you ever get your hands on N64 in any capacity, I mean, Ocarina of Time is like. It's funny though because like some people that will go and play Ocarina of Time now are a little like taken aback by it because it. To me, it's still aged well, but to others, it really hasn't.
Yeah, I could see that
in a lot of ways. And then like Mario 64. Mario 64 was the first thing I ever seen on the N64. I remember walking into a Blockbuster and I went there to rent a Super Nintendo game. And I didn't like, I mean, we weren't internet kids or anything. Like we didn't grow up with the internet and just everything flashing in our face as we scroll through social media. But like back then, I didn't have any way of knowing that there was this new Nintendo console until I went into a fucking Blockbuster and I'm like, what is that? What is this thing? And the guy's just like this fucking, I'll never forget. He's like this fucking grunge kid. And he's just like, oh, that's Nintendo 64. And I was like, but what is that? And I'm like looking at the controller and I'm like trying to like, I felt like the monkeys looking at the monolith, just like yelling at it. Like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, like I just remember moving Mario, because he's like, no, you got to use the middle part. I remember just like moving him, and I will never forget that, because I was just blown away by how crazy that was to experience, just like fully 3D Mario. Like, that was insane. I used to rent the fucking console. Do you remember when you could rent consoles and they would come in like the tactile briefcase?
Yeah, dude. There was a store when I went to my dad's every other weekend. There was a store that rented consoles, and we did that a lot with the original Xbox. I think like, we played a fuck ton of Fusion Frenzy and Dead or Alive with that rented Xbox, dude.
Really?
Great times. This shit was great.
Yeah, I remember getting that N64 and renting it, and I've told this story on Super Ghost before, how I had to bring back the N64 one night, and I remember playing Mario Kart, and I was like losing on Rainbow Road, and I was getting so frustrated. And then I remember just like my dad like yelling down, like, "Okay, pack it away. I got to bring it back to the video store now." And I remember just like fighting back the tears as I'm like packing this thing away, because I'm like, I'm never gonna own one of these. Like, I'll never own one. And I remember like he brought it back to the video store, and I had to go to bed. And I remember like laying in bed, like just weeping. And he comes in,
Jesus
and he's
Christ.
like, "Hey, buddy, what's wrong?" And I was just like, "Nothing." He was like, "Wait, are you crying about that goddamn Nintendo?" And I was like, "I'm just never gonna get one." And he was just like, "Jesus Christ!" Like, he was so upset that I was crying. He was like calling out to my mom, like, "Can you fucking believe this?" Like, he's crying about the fucking dude. Nintendo. And I was just like sobbing, like, I'm never gonna own one.
You're just so scarred over the loss.
I'm never gonna beat Rainbow Road. And then some of my my lesser known games, something that I actually recently just finished, and talk a little bit more about it. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Oh, chef's kiss. That's such a good game. I can't believe how good it is. Mischief Makers. Have you ever played Mischief Makers?
I haven't actually played it, but I've heard a lot about it. I know you shake stuff, and it's got some wacky fucking post-game shit.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Treasure. I don't know if Treasure has made a bad game.
No, they made Dynamite Heady, and that fucking bonks, dude.
You know what? I have not played Dynamite Heady.
Oh, Dynamite Heady fucking rules, dude. Didn't they also make Gunstar Heroes and the fucking McDonald's game?
That McDonald's game has no right being as good as it is.
Fucking McDonald's, dude.
Fucking give me a McTarvish.
Billy Bitchel and fucking Tarvis Tots or whatever. Tarvis Scott.
Tarvis Tots. Yeah, like they just make fantastic games, and Mischief Makers is no exception. Like, it's weird because like there's not a lot of platformers, like 2D platformers on N64, and it like for the most part all the 2D platformers are really cool. And then of course, dude, we gotta give some love to our little dude, little Bomberman. Bomberman's the best.
Yes,
like Bomberman 64.
I fucking love Bomberman.
He's
my
so
little
good.
baby.
Yeah, Bomberman 64 and like the Bomberman Hero games, so good.
Dude,
definitely check those out.
Such good sound, especially Bomberman Hero. Bomberman Hero soundtrack is so fucking stupidly good. Dude, oh my fucking god.
Yep, they are fantastic games. But enough about my N64. Tell me, what do you think about the Super Nintendo? Because that was the second one on your list.
Yeah, I kind of fucking love the Super Nintendo. Fuck, man, it's fuck. I don't know how to explain how I feel about it. It still holds up so incredibly fucking well, despite being fucking really old. And, oh man, yeah. The first game that came to mind, of course, fucking Earthbound, because there's nothing like Earthbound, and how like quirky yet kind of fucking dark it can be, but mostly quirky. Zoom, by the way, Zoom, everybody. That's the Mr. Saturn reference, because they say Zoom all the time. Fuck, and the soundtrack rips.
Yes.
Every fucking song is really good. The combat,
It can be hard.
yeah,
That game can get really, really difficult.
yeah. If you don't grind at least just like a little bit, you'll be kind of fucked.
Did you know about how back in the day there was an anti-piracy thing built into Earthbound? That you could get all the way to the last place, like to fight Gigas, and then it would purposely crash and erase your save and be like, too bad.
I had no idea. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, it is really cool.
Download a fettuccine Alfredo.
Those commercials, oh my god.
Holy shit, dude. Just show some kid plugging a fucking USB drive into the outlet. You wouldn't download a house. So stupid. Those commercials are so dumb, dude.
Yeah, they didn't think ahead on those. They were just kind of like, how can we scare the children?
Cops immediately fucking show up, dude. Oh, I remember one time, my old roommates were torrenting like the entire Fast and the Furious film series, which I think at the time
Vin Diesel broke their fucking windows open and just like took revenge.
I think at the time it only went up to like Fast 8. No, maybe Fast 7 or some shit. But anyway, we got a notice from our internet provider, and they were like, basically, they were just like, don't fucking do that shit. That's illegal as hell.
Guys,
like,
come on, it's all about family.
Just like Olive Garden, it's fucking family or whatever.
Just like Olive Garden. Fast 11, Olive Garden.
Fucking Dominic Toretto or Vin Diesel. That's his real name. Jesus Christ. He's just like, hey, this fucking Pasta Primavera is pretty dope. Zoom, zoom.
How fast can it go?
Mazda RX-7, baby. Dude. Mega Man X, though, is really fucking good.
Mega Man X is good. Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Which Mega Man X on Super Nintendo is your favorite?
Oh, man, that's tough. They're all fucking good, but I think the first one, just like, it's just so fucking rock solid. Like, sometimes, I don't know what it is about. I think it goes up to like 4 on the SNES, doesn't it?
No, 3.
3,
and
okay.
then 4 was on PlayStation.
Okay.
But fun fact, 3 was also on PlayStation in Europe and Japan.
That's fucking wild.
3 is my favorite, I think, on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, they're all fucking good on the SNES. But I've replayed the first game just so many goddamn times.
I know, it never gets old.
Yeah, it never does. Just going through and getting all the different secret armor pieces, and then
the Hadouken.
Yeah, the fucking Hadouken. And then what is it? I can't think of any of the bosses' names. We were talking about them earlier. Yeah, Spark Mandrill. Yeah,
Storm Eagle.
The fucking bosses are all super fucking cool. Chill Penguin.
Chill Penguin is the first one that you should be doing.
Oh, man. They're all so fucking good.
I think I remember the order. There was a chameleon. There was the octopus. There was that boomerang Kwanger.
Oh, whatever the fuck that was. Yep.
Yeah, he sucked. He was rough. I remember his level being crazy hard.
And what else did I have? I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head. Oh, Secret of Mana, of course. Or no, I did it again. Mana, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
Have you played Senka Densetsu 3?
Fuck yeah.
I got Trials of Mana.
Yeah, I fucking bought the collection of Mana like the day it came out. I was like, fuck yeah. Because I think I didn't even know Trials of Mana existed before that collection. Because I remember
really?
I remember seeing how like the collection came out for Switch in Japan, and it had that one exclusive game, and we were missing out on that. And I thought about buying that fucking collection and maybe playing that, but yeah, all Japanese. But yeah, I own it.
And they finally translated it and brought it over in that collection.
And then they remade it.
That remake is really good.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Damn,
But
they did a really good job on that remake.
and then fucking the Secret of Mana. The Secret of Mana kind of gets a little janky, and sometimes it pisses me off, but it's still, yeah, the pros outweigh the cons. It's still really good soundtrack. It looks really fucking great. It plays really fucking great.
Have you played it in co-op?
I haven't. I wish I did.
That's the way. Ooh, we could do that, you know. We could fire up some Parsec. Yeah, use some Parsec.
We gotta get
emulate it.
We gotta get a third for sure too. We gotta have somebody to be the healer. Damn it.
Yep. There's a ROM hack that adds 3 players to Trials, like the original Sega Densetsu 3 as well.
That's fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember one of my favorite things about Secret of Mana is how you learn different spells by just using the spells you have over and over and over, and they'll like upgrade and become more powerful and shit. And I think that's so fucking cool. And then you unlock all those different weapons, and you upgrade those weapons with the little like orbs or whatever the fuck they're called. That's really fucking cool. All the fucking elemental sprites have awesome fucking designs.
Dude, the ring menu was genius. Like the ring menu, like the whoop, like
yeah, dude.
Yeah, so good. It works so well.
I got shade on my arm. Oh fuck!
You do?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, right there.
God damn! I don't have any Secret of Mana tattoos. What the fuck? I thought I was like the Secret of Mana guy.
You should get one.
All right, fuck this. Abort this whole thing.
Get the light one. Get the opposite one. I thought about getting Dryad because Dryad's really fucking cool too. Yeah, there's not a whole lot.
I'd like to get a full back piece of Flammy.
In like mode 7, but like tattooed on your back.
Yeah, I want to get mode 7 on my back. Not like anything in particular, just like mode just 7 clouds mode 7. Or something.
Oh shit!
Get that across my like right here.
Mode 7
across my chest.
Oh shit! Speaking of mode 7, kind of, I also had Chrono Trigger down because it's fucking surprise. It's good. Yeah.
Yep. It's got some mode 7.
Just another fucking great fucking cast of characters, great story. I don't know what else to say about Chrono Trigger that hasn't already been said. It's just a great fucking game. You can look into a bucket and fight Lavos if you want to. That's stupid but cool.
I forgot about that.
The Chrono Trigger has, or not the Chrono series has like the best fucking New Game Plus of any series ever. They do it in like the coolest ways. They're like, hey, here's different endings depending on what you do, but we'll let you skip like half of the game once you get to this point, and then it's thank you, Chrono series.
In Chrono Trigger, isn't it when you get to Magus that you can do the skip? I can't remember when it is they allow you to do it.
I think it's just like whenever you get to the whatever the fucking hub place is called, the end of time, I think, because you can just look at the bucket is like right there. And you can just
all right, yeah.
You just look into the bucket. And
the bucket has that sparkle. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, and Frog's theme? Come on. Come on.
Frog's so
it's
cool.
It's one of the coolest fucking themes ever.
What's that one song? Magus's theme is also good. I think there's one track called like Windy Scene or something like that. That one's really good.
All the stuff in the prehistoric place is really good too.
Yeah, it is. My last one is Tetris Attack because I love puzzle games, and Tetris Attack, once you start, it's hard to put down like a can of Pringles. Your hand gets fucking stuck in there, dude. It's Tetris Attack just fucking rules. It's so good.
Tetris Attack this can of Pringles.
Exactly, dude. I'll do the pizza kind. You fucking bet your sweet ass. Let me get my fist in there.
Dude, pizza Pringles though are like pretty good.
Pretty fucking good, dude. I remember the commercial from the early 2000s where they were like, it was like this claymation fucking chef. He was like spinning a pizza dough in the air. He was like, "No Pringles or pizza-licious."
Dude, what about pizza cheese strings though? Did you have them?
I don't know. Are you talking about like string cheese, but like pizza-fied?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had that before.
Guess you just didn't grow up.
I guess
Didn't have a
not.
good childhood.
Hey man, I had that like Burger King green slime dipping sauce garbage back in the day. That was something.
Dude, wasn't it weird how like the 90s was just like, let's just be fucking weird and make everything slime?
Yeah, dude. They kind of trickled down to like the early 2000s a little bit because they had like purple ketchup and like purple and green, I believe.
I couldn't do that. I don't care if it tastes the same. I can't wrap my head around purple ketchup.
Yeah, purple fries. Get this purple off my fucking fries. Get this purple off my
Get this
weed.
goddamn purple off my fries. I didn't order no fucking purple here tonight.
Give me some fries, hold the purple. Oh man. Yeah.
Or if there's always that one kid though that's like, can I have extra purple?
What kind of maniac orders their fries with ketchup on them though? That fucking
I don't know, but I bet you that kid smells like piss all the time. The piss kid ordering the purple. The purple piss kid.
He died in jail
clip.
2 years ago.
There's our clip for the episode.
The purple piss kid. Oh man, that's it for the SNES, baby.
Tetris Attack.
This kid died in prison. Holy shit, you just know Purple Piss Kid was one of those kids that had like the Cookie Monster fucking hat from Hot Topic, and he always wore those like huge skater shoes.
Osiris.
Yeah, dude, fucking Osiris or Etnies. And he committed way too many fucking misdemeanors for a kid his age, and now he's in jail.
He had that monster flap bib.
Oh god.
And with the sticker still on it, and for Christ's sake, don't crease the bib.
The bib.
Don't crease Purple Piss Kid's Monster Energy drink bib.
He's got the iPhone with the fucking cracked screen. Holy shit.
Dude, we gotta get like a Photoshop
like
thing
Doodle
going
Bob.
of Purple Piss Kid.
Piss Kid.
For now on, when we review games, if they're really bad, we give it like out of Purple Piss Kids.
Out of Purple Biscuits. Whoa.
How did we get here? Oh God.
Purple ketchup. Yeah, that's what happened.
Purple ketchup.
Yeah.
Fuck purple ketchup. All right. Here we go. My last pick. The Sony PlayStation.
I've heard that's good.
I had it. I've come to tell you that it is very good. And I will argue it is the GOAT of console libraries.
I would agree with that. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking heavy hitters on that biatch.
Like, sure, there's no Zelda, there's no Mario, but like, it doesn't need it. It's got like fucking everything else. It's got so many crazy games. Matter of fact, as I was picking this list, I was like, oh, I gotta like make this short and sweet, because if not, I'm gonna have like 4 pages of games just listed off.
Fuck yeah.
There's just so many. Like, we both had Parasite Eve. So like, I won't retread that too much, other than I only just played Parasite Eve 1 recently, like fairly recently. And I didn't know that was like a turn-ish based game. I thought it was just fully like Parasite Eve 2, like Resident Evil style. But I actually really enjoyed Parasite Eve 1, and I like how they're both completely different games. Like, you'll get something different out of both of those games. Of course, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. I like to believe that Final Fantasy 9 is my favorite of the Final Fantasies.
Oh, it better be.
I say it all the time that it is my favorite. I do. It's like, it's only like just a smidge more than 7 for me. Because I really love 7. 8's good too, but it doesn't. 8 didn't have like the lasting appeal to me, like over time. Like, I beat it once and was like, cool, I'm good. This was a fun game. Laguna's really cool, and so is his theme. But
I still need to beat 8, dude. God damn it! I keep putting it off.
It's good.
The junction system is so fucking complicated, and I just need to learn that shit. But
yeah,
people love to hate on it, but I mean, it's
okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about 9, the simplicity of 9, just going back to like the roots of a turn-based. And I think that's kind of why I like Dragon Quest games so much now.
Yeah,
Because like
baby.
they have that simplicity, but like I don't know, they just tell this like really grand, epic adventure every time. And that's kind of what 9 does.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Of course, like one thing that you listeners are going to realize real quick about me is I really like platformers like Mega Man, and I really like survival horror a lot. And Dino Crisis, dude. Dino Crisis, though?
Yeah, dude.
Dino Crisis is what's up.
What is the term that they coined for it? It's like survival panic or something like that.
What? For Dino Crisis?
Let me look it up. Like when they were developing the game or whatever, they try to give it some like different name or different like not name, genre. I'm gonna fucking look it up real fast.
Dino Panic.
Fuck, where is it? I know they fucking gave it some dumb stupid thing.
Survival Crisis. Dude, have you ever played Dino Crisis 3 for Xbox?
No, I've just heard that it's a piece of shit. Oh,
I still want to try it.
Capcom would later market the game as Panic Horror, as references for animating the dinosaurs and programming their behaviors.
I mean,
they were smart as fuck.
Dude, those raptors? And like, you'd walk into a room and you just hear like, dunk, 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 and you just turn around and go back out the other way. And be like, nope, not going in that room. Yeah, Dino Crisis and Resident Evil 2, like, goddamn, those are so good. And then, of course, the Mega Man X games, like X4, 5, 6. Like, have you played Mega Man X4?
I think I've played bits of it. I have the Mega Man X collection on Switch, but I don't think I've beaten X4.
And have you played Mega Man Legends?
Like a little bit. I haven't beaten that one either.
Dude.
I do have it. I've got an
got
ISO of it downloaded and ready to go, though.
There you go. Attaboy. Got those ISOs. Yeah, like all the Mega Man games on PS1 are all good. Like all of them. Mega Man Legends. I still need to beat Mega Man Legends 2. But yeah, like they're even like a weird spin-off shit like Misadventures of fucking Tron Bonne.
I still can't believe they have a main series Mega Man on the fucking PlayStation. That's so wild.
Mm-hmm. Mega Man 8 is awesome. Probably like some of the craziest sprite work I've ever seen. And then, of course, 2 absolute bangers that like sometimes people just kind of forget about. Dude, Xenogears was wild. I only just recently beat that. It's just too bad that like the second disc literally becomes a visual novel, but like without the visuals. It's literally like just black text for a long time. It is whack because they ran out of like fucking funding and shit.
Yeah, that really does fucking suck. I want to know so badly what that game would have been like if they did have the money to finish everything.
It would have been insane. It probably, I mean, it's still considered one of the best RPGs on the PS1. I feel like it would easily, if they had the funds to finish it the right way, it would still be among like the best games of all time. Because it was already on track with like one of the most crazy stories. But another thing was Square did not like the fact that they were using religion as like the crux of the story. And they were like, we don't think you should do that so much. And they were like, well, whatever, it's already done. And then they were like, yeah, well, you guys, you've had enough time with it. That's enough. And they were like, oh, okay, I guess we'll just make black screen text and finish it off this way. And then it's just kind of like boss battle after boss battle after boss battle, black screen text, boss battle. Like it's too bad that it ended up the way it was. And then of course, Suikoden. Have you played Suikoden? I always wonder how this is pronounced. This right here, Suikoden.
I'm pretty sure it is Suikoden.
Yeah.
Suicoded.
Suicodion. Suicodine. So
sewer coating. Like some kind of fucking monster living down there.
Purple Piss Kid is down underneath your house drinking that sewer codeine.
Dude, that's all he does. Play.
What's his name from Mario RPG that's in the sewers? That big dog thing that licks everything up?
Oh, I can't remember his fucking name. That sounds right.
Bellum. I think it's Bellum. But yeah, Suikoden's a fucking wild ass game that has like an infinite amount of people that you could just recruit. Pretty much anybody with a portrait that you talk to, you could just recruit them and use them in your party. Cool. Yeah, and then you build like a base. Like you have like a castle, and like all these people just end up going back to your castle, and then you can just like go around before you go out. Yeah, dude, you gotta check out Suikoden. It's some crazy shit.
It's a video game.
It's a video game, and it's cool as fuck. Now, I'm excited to hear about your last pick because it's a console that I feel like it's not talked about enough. But god damn it, we're gonna talk about it on this show.
You're fucking right. We are. I didn't. Oh man, I didn't grow up with this console at all, and I didn't really discover how much I loved it until maybe like just recently. Until I started like digging into it and learning more and more about it. TurboGrafx 16. It's surprisingly super duper fucking solid. You got shit like Devil's Crush and Alien Crush, where they're just like badass
demonic
pinball games. Yeah, demonic, fucking xenomorphic, fucking disgusting H.R. Geiger looking shit, but pinball. And it's just fun to pick up and play whenever, just to see if you can beat your last high score, or see if you can get to like the next secret stage or whatever. Fucking Air Zonk, which I also recently discovered is really fucking good. Just
oh yeah. Did you beat that game?
No, dude. The last fucking stage is so stupidly difficult. It's like, so
that's what I heard. I was literally talking about this game today, and my buddy Dallo, he was like, "Dude, I got to the last thing, and it was just crushing, like beyond crushing, like just insane." And I guess he had used like an infinite lives cheat just so that he could like get through the game. But
yeah, that's what I should do.
Yeah,
fuck. It's fucking stupid. So it'll be, well, I mean, it's not stupid. It's just difficult. Like,
this game's stupid. I hate it.
So it'll be your regular like shooter stage, and then a boss battle against like one of the main bad guys, and then more shooter stage, and then boss rush, more shooter stage, and then another main bad guy boss battle, and then another boss battle, and then I think that's it. But fuck, I've never gotten past that boss rush because there's one boss for like the underwater stage that's fucking stupid difficult. And yeah, I never beat it, but it's cool. Maybe I will tomorrow. I'm gonna use that infinite lives cheat and put that to use.
Do it.
It's just, it's so fucking surprisingly well made. Like everything looks, it reminds me a lot of Mega Man X. The way everything looks, kind of like part robotic, because there's like robo fish, robo animals. All of the fucking enemies have really fucking cool and cute designs. And
is that one considered a cute 'em up?
I think so. Yeah,
I like a cute 'em up.
I guess it would, because I don't know. You don't ever. Well, I guess you do fire rocket. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, there's cool fucking power ups like homing rockets, boxing gloves, boomerangs.
I gotta check this out. I've never played it,
dude. It's so fucking good, and the music is really fucking good too. I wouldn't worry too. There is a sequel. I think it was on the Turbo CD, but it's not very great. It's not good at all. It's for one, they slowed the whole thing down so much. I forgot to mention Air Zonk. There's you can pick like a partner before you start a stage, and there's just like fucking 8 different partners, and they're all dumb, goofy little things, like a sentient baseball, a little witch, a mummy with a drill on its head, a fucking inflated cow, and you can during a stage you can like merge with them, and you'll become invincible, and you can just flood the screen with bullets and shit. But yeah, the sequel to it sucks. Don't play the sequel. What else did I put down?
Chew Man Fu? What the fuck is that?
Dude, it's this like weird little puzzle game where you just walk around this little maze, and there'll be balls you have to push around into different spaces. That's like there'll be a space with a color, so there'll be a green space and like a blue space, and there'll be different colored balls around the stage, and you basically just have to get the colored ball to its corresponding spot on the stage. But there will be like enemies walking around blocking your path, or like other balls that you don't need blocking your path, and you just basically have to figure out a way around all your obstacles and get the balls to the little spaces, and then once you get them in the spaces, boom, on to the next one. And it gets really fucking difficult after a while too.
I like a puzzle game. I'll check that out.
It's fucking awesome. And then
you got blazing lasers? I've heard of this.
Couldn't get that burp out of my throat. Yeah, blazing blazing lasers.
Blazing burps.
Blazing lasers is so fucking wild, dude. I think, when did it come out? 89. It's one of like the first games on the system, I believe. And it's nuts. Like you can upgrade your lasers to like take up almost the entire screen. And there's just really fucking cool, gnarly looking enemies. It won't take you very long to beat. I think it's maybe like 30 or 40 minutes to beat. But fucking bopping soundtrack too.
Hell yeah.
Like every single fucking game I'm going to talk about is a bopping soundtrack. Yeah. Twisted. Punch it.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
TurboGrafx 16.
Well, there you go. That's the our 3 favorite consoles ever, period. Final EX Plus for now. Until
Director's
we decide.
Featuring Funky Kong.
Oh God. But we will be back with our closing comments and recommendations right after this message.
Hey Jerry, how do you feel about ink?
Ink, like incorporated, or like ink, like the black shit that comes.
Ink. Yeah, like the black shit.
The black shit, not fussy.
We use ink for a lot of things. Pens, pasta, I guess. They have squid ink pasta. We're not talking about squids, though. Hey, why don't you come on? Why don't you bring the whole family on down to Rancher Ahab's Octopus Farms? We've got 9 different breeds of octopuses, and we milk them for ink. We harvest their ink. Only the finest.
That's right.
The free range, no hormones, just good ink. It's just
all those tentacles are natural, baby.
Yeah. We just squish them and squeeze them, and they plop that ink out, and then we'll use it for books, typewriters. What else do we use ink for? Shirts. Yeah, shirts.
Kindles. We squirt it into those Kindles too, so we can look at our manga. That digital ink.
Oh my God.
What did you think?
I thought you were saying candles. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, man, them octopus candles.
Oh my
now,
Lord.
Also, if you act today, you can get the all-day hentai pass, and it's just tentacles for days. There's no ink, just tentacles for days.
You can do whatever you want with those tentacles. You'll be in a secluded room. You can do whatever you want with those tentacles. That's totally up to you. It's your discretion, your money, your orifices, your tentacles.
The only catch is Ahab has to watch, but you get used to it. You just tune him out. He's just over there.
He's
just forget it.
Licking his lips. Yarr. Them tentacles be looking very salty today. Rubbing his hands together. Rubbing his like one hand against his hook hand. Yo, fuck. Stop.
So, I mean, I'm sure eventually we'll get better sponsors for this show, but this is what we have to work with. I mean, this is what we got. Thank God for Rancher Rehab and his octopus farm.
Thank you, Rancher Rehab, for sponsoring this episode.
Thanks, Rancher Rehab.
He's a quality guy, I'm telling you. Put them in your hole. The tagline is put them in your holes. Put ink in your holes. 2 in the ink, 1 in the stink. I don't know. I think anyway. Oh shit. Gerry, come back.
Closing comments. Now, as part of our show, each show we're going to have a nice closing comments and kind of like a nice recommended game. So it's almost like hey, if you haven't tried, we recommend you try this one. And, take our word for it. It's good shit. Aaron, go ahead, because I don't know anything about your recommended your recommended game. Your recommendation.
Oh man. Well, fuck, man. Custom Robo. It's one of the few custom Robo games we've gotten in the US. It was on the GameCube, and bop and soundtrack. Got to throw that in there. The soundtrack bops. Who dog? But
who doesn't want a bop and soundtrack?
Exactly. Why wouldn't you want a bop and soundtrack? You don't want a dumb soundtrack. You don't want some dude in the background going the entire gameplay. But that was dumb. Yeah, Custom Robo is, how the fuck do I explain it? So
isn't it like a puzzle, like a strategy game?
No, it's kind of ish. So in the future world of Custom Robo, everybody solves their differences by battling with their robos. They'll I don't know how you explain it. They'll create a Holosseum.
Holosseum?
Yeah, it's like this holographic Colosseum that comes out of nowhere. It just appears when you're like, hey, I challenge you to a robo battle or something stupid. And then it just pops out. And then you fight with your robos. And basically, like, the combat is, they'll be in this, like, enclosed area with, like, different walls and other obstacles in between you and the other robo. And basically, you just fight. There's, like, you have like 5 different parts to your robo, and that's like kind of where the name comes in, Custom Robo, because you can customize the fuck out of it. There's different like models of robos that have different stats. Like there will be heavier ones that have more HP and more beef, but they're slower, or like ones that are faster and lighter, but they have less beef to them. Then you can pick different guns, different bombs, different legs, whatever.
Sounds cool shit.
It is. It's awesome, and like nobody's played it. But
so who is this game for? Like fans of what?
If you like shit like Armored Core, I almost said Mech Warrior, but I think that's the one that's like first person, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, because Custom Robo's third person, right? I think. Yeah,
it's like third, kind of like over the top a little bit, top down almost, kind of. Yeah, if you like Mech Warrior, if you like customizing mechs and fighting in little like arenas, kind of almost like Bomberman, then this is for you. And it's got a really cool soundtrack and a cool like little cool overworld you can walk around in and explore, and it's great.
And what console is this on?
GameCube, unfortunately.
GameCube. What do you mean, unfortunately? GameCube fucking kicks ass.
I mean, it is good, but like, they just don't. it's hard to emulate. So if you don't have like a hacked Wii U or a Wii and you don't own it physically and have a GameCube, it's kind of hard to play now. But if you want to try
Check it out.
GameCube, yeah,
check it out. Dolphin's the way to go if you want to emulate. We'll definitely have more on the the GameCube setups and stuff in the future for sure.
Absolutely.
My recommended I keep saying that. That's not even a fucking word. I don't know why I keep saying recommended.
Recommended.
Is it a word? I don't know. I bet it's not.
It is now.
Recommended.
Recommendations, man.
The first thing I see. Someone wrote a review on TripAdvisor and said, I highly recommend this game or this fucking place. Highly recommended. This is that's not a word. So me and that other person thought that was a word. That's cool. There's at least one other person. So yeah, my recommendation for everyone to play is a game that I was talking about earlier, Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. It oddly has like a weird Soulsy like feel to it, like almost like Demon Souls ish, like early Souls kind of stuff. But it's also like got some cool platforming that's kind of challenging, but like it's not unforgiving. Like the save points are really, really like good. Like it didn't feel too crazy. And again, I played this game without save states. So if I can do it without save states,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's totally doable. And again, this is a remake-ish of Castlevania 64. So it is essentially that game, just with more content and a lot of the problems of that game ironed out. And let me tell you, it's super fun. Really, really fun. It's not terribly long. I think if you check how long to beat, it's probably going to take you like 6 hours, maybe.
Oh, that's not bad.
And if you really want to like complete everything and like, because you unlock characters after you beat it, like with the first guy, you unlock the next character, and that playthrough is totally different. It's almost like a speed run in a way, and then you unlock the next character, which I don't really know because I beat it with the main guy and I was like, cool, I'm out. But maybe I mean my save file's still there, so I can always go back and try it with the other dude. But highly recommend it for people that are into like hack and slash games. If you were listening to this and said, fuck yeah, these guys are talking about Mystical Ninja, well, this is kind of like that too. Like it's just kind of like a running around and slapping dudes. It's good. It's real good.
Slapping's cool. Yeah,
slap the shit out of those skeletons.
Fuck them.
But anyway, that is the first episode of Retro Rehab. I really hope that whoever is out there listening in Listenerville, that you guys enjoyed this. There's going to be lots more to come, lots of cool stuff that we're going to be doing. We have some YouTube content that's going to be coming out eventually. Don't know like a hard date or anything on that yet. In the meantime, Aaron, where can the folks find you?
If they want to find me, superpodsaga.com.
Hell yeah.
Everything you need to know about me is on there except for my blood type. Not even I know that though. So
I don't know what mine is either, oddly enough. For real.
Yes. Yeah, dude.
I like to think I'm typo negative.
I hope I'm like A+. I don't know blood types.
A minus.
Just good blood. Really good blood.
Got that good blood. Yeah, and then of course you'll find me over on Super Ghost Radio and all the Super Ghost stuff, but I mean that's we're under that umbrella here right now. So yeah, go support Super Ghost, go support Super Pod Saga, both super podcasts. In the meantime, Aaron has told me that he is going to, he's going to rehab himself and course correct, and he's going to try to stop buying so many micro SD cards labeled 1 terabyte that are actually just 256 megabytes full of hentai off Temu. So, buddy, I truly wish that you would stop doing that. So I do believe that you can get better. I do believe. You can get better.
And I believe you're gonna continue your work on a PhD as a Bill Cosby historian because man, oh man, oh that's rough. I wish you the best.
Yeah, I will
All
work
those
on that.
sweaters, the pudding pops.
All the sweaters and pudding pops. It's a wonder he didn't get his sweaters full of those pudding pops.
Fucking stained to shit, dude. Just like his reputation. Oh shit! Rip Bill.
Anyway, yeah, rip Bill. And thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.